three-dimensional CGI, both static and animated, had existed since 1972. In the 70s, computer graphics slowly evolved. First 3D animations were experiments. They were made to show newest computers' capabilities. At the end of the decade, low-poly 3D models could be found in movies and advertisements, but they still looked pretty bad. One of the reasons, eye-popping colors. Other reason, many animations from the period depicted humans, animals, grass, water, but those models, they had no texture. 3D animation became a more frequent sight. 3D animated humans still looked creepy. How would they be made less creepy? Some solutions were giving them unusual colors and patterns, making balloon humans, plastic humans, arrange geometric shapes to look like humans. Same would apply to animals. Now I'll ask you a question. What comes in different colors? Doesn't need lots of polygons to look decent. Could look like a human or an animal or anything. A robot. A number of 80s 3D cartoons had robot protagonists. Biosensor and its sequel Seal Bandbor, what a name. Chromosaurus, Brilliance, Botco, Hawaiian Punch Ad, and many more. Besides their relatively simple designs, robots had one other thing going for them. A robot could work in a desert, in Arctic, in Antarctic, on Mars, and overall in empty spaces. Having robotic characters was beneficial not only for people making their models, but also for slow computers of the 80s and early 90s, and for writing new stories for the plot. People can only survive in hostile environments. Cartoon robots can do pretty much whatever they want. As time went by, broad audiences developed interest in CGI animation. First 3D series came out. 3D animation festivals became a thing. 2D animation programs grew in popularity. Only one thing was missing. 3D full feature animated movie. First attempt at which was The Works, work on which began in 1979. In 1986, its visuals were already outdated. The project was shelved, possibly forever. Only 20 minutes of footage were made. Things were going better for a Brazilian animated movie, Cassiopeia. It was in production from January 1992 to December 1995. Despite a bunch of computers being stolen from the studio, Cassiopeia was released in January 1996. Cassiopeia was already in production when the idea of Toy Story was conceived. Production of the latter was finished earlier. I should mention that in the making of Cassiopeia, no clay prototypes for models were used. All of this makes Cassiopeia the first ever 3D full-feature animated movie. So, what is the movie about? Scary aliens that look like a mix between an ant and a slug. They're actually scary. Steal electromagnetic energy from the planet Athenia. Without this energy, Athenia's robots could not function. Dr. Lisa embarks on a mission to return special charging capsules stolen by aliens. Athenians drop one by one. In space, Lisa was joined first by Chip and Chop, then by Patrolman Theo and Thought. Yes, these are their names. Theo and Thought landed on an unnamed planet in Sector 48A. Inhabitants of this planet don't levitate and do not know anything about Athenia's anti-gravitation technology, or any technology, or about Athenia. Inventor Leonardo had built an observatorium from which he saw Theo's and Thought's spaceship. Leonardo and his assistant Galileo joined Athenians to fight slug ants. Lisa, Chop, Chip, Phil, Thought, Leonardo, and Galileo almost bring the capsules back to Athenia. They were attacked by slug ants on the planet's orbit and had to find Commander Shadow Seed. Yes, that's his name. Robots fight back. Dr. Lisa sacrificed herself and became the moon of Athenia. Cool. It really is. Aliens fly away on what little energy they still had. Leonardo paints Lisa's portrait. Reference. The end. Why is Cassiopeia so unpopular? Is it too simple? Was it overshadowed by Toy Story? Are its visuals too dated? Is it the fact that finding any dub other than the original Portuguese seems impossible? Only way to know is to watch it. It's on YouTube. Subscribe to Animation Notes, a channel about animation, design, and art.